A major selling point of modern tactical night vision is being able to shoot in the dark. But for most of America, finding a range that does night shoots is difficult, especially if you don't have access to public land. I am personally lucky enough to have access to a night range, but I recently got very interested in finding good and fun training options for people that don't. After some research and talking to some buddies of mine that are into airsoft, I believe gas blowback airsoft rifles, or GBBRs, are the best and most fun training tools for night vision. While I was brainstorming for this video, I reached out to evike.com and pitched them my idea. They were nice enough to send out 2 of their EMG Noveske line gas blowback rifles for this video for free. I'm not paid by them, nor am I required to say any good things about them. But I have been an Evike customer for years now, and have had nothing but good experience with them, both in purchasing and their customer support. I requested their Noveske N4 10.5 gas blowback rifle and their Ghetto Blaster. I'll do a quick review on both of them later in this video, but let's go over why a GBBR is a near perfect candidate for an at-home training tool. Why? This is about as real as dry fire can get. Using gas in the magazine, these rifles simulate recoil by cycling the bolt. There is a real mechanical trigger. There is a break and reset. While this doesn't feel exactly like a mil-spec trigger, I have found it still helps train real steel trigger skills and feels better than most alternatives. When you run out of rounds, the bolt locks back on the last shot, giving it an extremely realistic reload feeling. I can't quite explain how it feels to have the bolt lock back on the last shot on an AR, but those who have felt it know exactly what I'm talking about, and these GBBRs do it exactly that. In my opinion, these tactile tools are about as close as it gets to the real thing, so much so that depending on the type of GBBR you get, you can swap out the furniture with real steel furniture to make it feel exactly like your firearm. With all of this, they are quiet and safe, letting you shoot them in your backyard under nods without disrupting anyone. I've been using these for about 2 months now, and it's honestly more fun than anything. Let's go over the pros and cons of this idea itself, then go over the rifles themselves. Pros. These are extremely cheap to shoot. A bottle of 500 0.25 gram BBs cost about $16, and a can of green gas that lasts for around 30 mags cost about $12. This puts the price per shot at around 1.5 cents per round, meaning for a single round of 5.56, you could be shooting a full mag through a GBBR. As these are not firearms, you get full auto. While this may not be extremely useful for training, it is extremely fun, especially with the recoil. It never fails to make me or anyone trying it giggle. It's just stupid fun. As these are airsoft, they make pretty great force-on-force training tools. I was able to go to a field that hosted a night game and field these. They felt extremely intuitive and really kept my playing style and pacing more realistic. Having limited rounds and a weapon that requires more attention than a traditional AEG airsoft gun just makes you play and think a little differently. I learned a lot about many things out there, specifically LAMs and the PVS-7. I may make a video on it for the B channel if people are curious. More than anything, I had a blast. Nothing is perfect though, so let's go over the negatives. These are a little expensive for an airsoft gun. GBBRs can easily reach around the $700 to $800 price range. The ones I were sent are known to be the best bang for buck option and sit around the $300 to $80 price range. Mags are expensive as well. Most magazines cost around $60. While these are expensive, most GBBRs made by reputable companies are full metal and have tons of CNC parts. These EMG Noveskes have full metal receivers, handguards, muzzle devices, barrels, and more. Without attachments, the 7-inch Ghetto Blaster PDW weighs 4.4 pounds and feels extremely sturdy. As these run off gas, the reliability of these guns depends on the weather. If you live in a super cold environment, these might not run too well. I haven't had any consistent issues with reliability, but I have only had these since the end of March. As it gets warmer, magazines become more efficient and reliable. To keep the guns running reliable, a level of maintenance is needed. These take apart just like the real thing, so I honestly find it enjoyable to maintain. Explosive Enterprise has some fantastic videos on this, and is way more qualified than me to be talking about it. The last thing to note would be BB's accuracy and holds. BB projectiles work a bit differently than traditional ones. While I believe shooting a projectile is better than nothing, it is important to note that BBs fly a bit differently than M193.
Alright, so kind of second half of the video, we're going to do this in kind of the old extruded shoots fashion where we just do everything unscripted, and we're going to go over the guns themselves, their setup, and kind of my experiences with the guns themselves. So, starting off with the 10.5, as always, empty, it's airsoft, but yeah. So, on the front, they include both the orange and metal flash hiders or muzzle devices. This one is a Airsoft Chemo 3-prong. This is not compatible with real chemo. I tried. I don't know why I'd want to do that, but there are Airsoft cans out there that will work with this if you're curious. But this is full metal. It's CNC'd. It feels really, really nice. I like it. It does have that ring. You can hear. Going back from that, this is the Spec Precision Engall. This is rated for real steel firearms like 5.56 and I believe 7.62. If not 7.62, it's 100% recoil rated for 5.56. And this is a fantastic laser. They're not perfect by any means, but they're really, really good. They are a little expensive for airsoft, but in the context of real firearms, in my opinion, not bad at all, but definitely on the higher end of the budget side. So these are around $480, and they have all the feature sets of a real Engall. This one is particularly EAL, but they have a VXL version. But everything on it works like a real Engall. You have a dial on the back, so you can check your size of the illuminator just using your thumb. I don't know, it just works really, really well. So I have a video that'll be coming out sometime down the road that'll be comparing different budget lambs, just because I feel like that's a good topic. And this will be kind of on the little bit higher end of the budget lamb section, but overall this thing is a really, really good performer. It works great for airsoft. I like it a lot, and it looks pretty dang good on the end of this. So I did get this for free by Spec Precision. I want to tell you guys that I was not paid anything by them, but I did get this for free. I could say whatever I want about it, and I will in the upcoming review, but in the context of this works fantastic for airsoft, and it's honestly a really great laser. Going back, I have a M300V. This is like a airsoft one. It's all right. Doesn't really work that well, but this is a night vision kind of built rifle. So the Engall at the end is what I use for illumination 100% of the time. It's just more as a clicky, so you can see it's barely holding on to your life. I need to replace the batteries. But just on the clicky right there, I can move my thumb from the pressure pad. Go on that. Coming back, I use the include pressure pad from the Spec Precision Engall on it, and just use some cloth tape, green cloth tape, and it works quite nice. I'm not gonna, no, you can see the green, I think, but yeah. So really nice for a front end setup. Just squeeze, tap. Going back, the handguard is full M-lock. It's honestly really solid, feels rigid, feels nice. I can't say anything about it besides the fact that it just feels like a well-made handguard. There's no wobble, no turning. It's secured by these 6 bolts, very similar to my real AR handguard. I like it a lot. Back that, we have a Airsoft T2 on like a lower 1/3 riser. I got it for like $30. For the bolts, this thing's really smooth. Just moves in. I cleaned it, put some lube in there. I like it. Nothing really to note. It's like, this just feels like a, not necessarily feels like, just functions. Manual of arms is just a AR-15. Like, I'd lock the bolt back, put a mag in. If you want to, just slap the side. It just works like a AR. From the bolts, we'll go to the charging handle. These are Noveski branded. They're Geisley ACH clones. These are ambidextrous. I did have a issue on both of them that happened just a couple days before the review I recorded this at the exact same time, but the latches broke. So if you lock it back and you push it back up, it does not lock in place, which is unfortunate. They do sell charging handles, replacement ones, and it's unfortunate that happened to both at the exact same time. It does get me a little skeptical. But if it happened within your warranty period, they would 100% fix it. Mine happened, I think, a little outside the warranty period. I'm sure they would probably help me out. I just didn't request it because this doesn't really bother me. I didn't even let them know about it. But it doesn't bother me, but if it does bother you, totally understand, because you are paying a decent amount of change for these. So Yeah, that's like probably the only issue I've had with the gun themselves is the charging handle break-in. Besides that, these things have been extremely reliable. For this one, onto the lower, it's literally, it feels exactly like a mil-spec lower. You have your normal, like, mag release, normal safety, like, clicks into place really nice. Grip is mil-spec compatible. This one's a clone of the Magpul K2. You can change it to anything you like. Trigger. It's very fun for airsoft, but it doesn't feel like a mil-spec. Like, it feels way better than any airsoft AEG I've used. But once again, just doesn't feel like mil-spec. So, I'm trying to get out of the way. I don't know if this works, but you see the brake. It's a little creepy. Then the reset, there's this weird area which is not fully reset yet. Then you actually have to like fully let off, and it'll click, then you can reset. Then you can push this and wait. Yeah, so that's fun. Full auto on this thing, super fun. Yeah, standard SOP mod, or whatever it is, stock. This one came with the gun. It works well. Then I ran my sling from the loop on the stock. I actually don't like QD for the rear stock. I'm a little weird. I don't send it out this way. I send it out the other way. This is awkward. That's just what I prefer. And then I do the swing swivel up here on, this is a Monstrum M-Lock slot. Yeah, I shoot my hand around and this is how I like it. But yeah, honestly, this was probably my favorite one to play with, like, and during airsoft, probably my favorite one to quote unquote train with, just because this is more set up like my actual rifle in a way. Yeah, I really like this. This is the cheaper of the two. I would not say it's as snappy, but I would say the real recoil pattern is a little bit more realistic, kind of more, you feel the buffer tube spring a little bit more. And that M-Lock handguard is much more familiar to what a lot of people have. It's a great training tool, like legitimately fantastic, especially with night vision, like figuring out how your lamb is going to look, all that type of stuff that you just generally can't fully do. It's great. Really good. Let's quickly go over the Ghetto Blaster. This thing's just fun. It's just really cool. Nice and short. Push the button, stock comes swinging out. Very cool. It has the double end Picatinny thing. My idea was on this to be like as efficient with space as possible. So I have the GL4 Pro. This is a white light, green laser, and IR light and IR laser, if you can see that. I can't see it, but yeah. So got all four functions right there in the front. This is the Hollow Sun O sight. I just had one laying around, so threw it on there. It works good for airsoft. And then they have, this is all like their billet model, while the other one's like forged mil-spec. So this one has kind of special cuts. So when you fold the stock in the upper, it goes right in. You see the rails. So very compact. This is the exact same charging handle and bolt as the other rifle. As I said, on both of them, the latch broke. So if you lock it back, it'll fall back out. Dust cover, it's awesome. The lower is full ambidextrous, so you have your 45-degree throw. That can be accessed from either side. Very, very nice, very tactile. The trigger, this one is slightly better. I'll put it over here, you can see. There is like no slop, it just really crispy breaks. The reset does have that weird like zone of zero resistance or like push before it properly resets. Sometimes the auto sear doesn't engage, but not when you're actually shooting, just when you're dry firing. Yeah, so feels fantastic. Bolt release is on both sides, so you can drop it with your index finger like that if you want to, and there's a mag release on both sides. It's honestly really, really fun lower to use, especially with the little stock. It's a lot more comfortable than it looks. while I think the other one's kind of more fun for airsoft games, this is still probably my favorite just because that's really cool, and shooting it is very fun, especially with the ambidextrous. The bolt release, I've always found just the index finger bolt release is so neat. Really fun. Some people will say like, oh, the gun's not fully ambidextrous, you can't lock it back with this, which is true. Press down that, won't lock back. But my thing is, if you're running this hand, I arguably think you have a better advantage on the bolt lockback than right-hand users. Because like, if you want to lock back the bolt, just press up on it, and it will lock open. So then when you reload, what you can do, drop your magazine, right? No. That's what I prefer when I'm shooting left-handed, which I don't do very often, but yeah, so this thing rocks. It's super fun. If you're like, honestly, in my opinion, if you're looking for more of like a toy that's fun, shoot your backyard, full auto, stuff like that, I would go for this. If you're looking for something that's more training wise, I'd 100% do this. That's like my opinion. Yeah, this one also came with the metal flash hider. Very cool. Very, very fun. Last thing, the mags. So while I've had pretty much what I'd say is full reliability with both guns, the mags are a little more picky. So the Ghetto Blaster ships with this mag. This mag I've had like 0 issues with. So the metal, this is the Double Eagle, metal Double Eagle mags. Really, really good mags. This mag, this is the one that comes with this gun. I have had some issues with. While it's been reliable majority of the time while fielding it, I've had some issues with the valves lately, just not always wanting to work. That's an issue. So this is the one that comes with that. The ones I recommended in the video are the Guns Modify magazines. These are fantastic. You can load them without a speed loader. You just press back on the base plate, press forward, and you can just drop BBs in there. While these other mags you need a speed loader, which don't come with the gun to load. But I have 2 of these, and these I've had 100% reliability with. These are fantastic. They're expensive, but they're fantastic. So like, honestly, what I do if you're just doing dry fire or something like that, you're just doing training, like the whole idea I proposed, I just take your standard mag, whatever one that comes to gun, and grab one of these, you'll be good to go. I did take one of these and I removed the last round bolt hold open lock. And the cool thing that lets you do is you can dry fire inside without sending rounds everywhere. Like, that's kind of cool. So you're not afraid of, you know, shooting a BB into your wall. But you can just remove the spring that holds up this thing and it will let you cycle. That's pretty much it. Sorry this isn't as polished as usually my videos are, but I kind of thought it'd be kind of fun to kind of do a mix and throwback, try something new. But like, these are legitimately, I get so much use out of these. So much use. These have been probably one of my favorite training tools, or just like toys to play with in general. Just like leaving them in my room. Great fidget toys. And they're awesome, especially just being able to go into my backyard and use my night vision and train and just shoot under nods with like an actual laser is so much fun. Just stuff that you just can't do most places. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I've got some really, really cool stuff coming. Thermal augmented reality goggles. Like, I can see through them and see thermal at the same time. That's a video that's coming up. And I'm also going to kind of take a little bit back to the roots. We'll do some basic night vision stuff, basic budget night vision stuff coming up, because I think the Omni video was a little bit acoustic. So a lot of cool stuff coming. Thank you guys so much for making this all possible. Really appreciate it. Big thank you to both Evike and Spec Precision for sending this stuff out to me. Once again, I'm not paid by either one, but I really appreciate them sending them out. And see you guys in the next one. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer them.